The benefits of operating your business with a clear strategic focus are well known. It's Business 101. But in this video, I am going to discuss how your business focus also can dramatically influence enterprise valuation. This is a case history I was part of. In 1985, I was recruited to lead the investor relations and corporate communications program of a New York Stock Exchange company, Planning Research Corporation, PRC. It was based in Northern Virginia, across the Potomac from the nation's capital. It consisted of 4 separate operating groups serving different markets. It billed itself aggressively as the world's largest professional services company. I was recruited by the chairman and CEO, John Toops. He was very clear about the goals he wanted me and the department to achieve. First, he said, our stock has been selling at about $11 to $12 per share for years, with very low trading volume and no sponsorship from the street. We need to get interest in the stock so it will generate some buying demand and drive the price higher. Then, I want to be the first chairman and CEO to retire instead of being fired. The reasons all his predecessors were fired was that the stock had no support. So, I clearly had one job: attract some interest in the stock. When I joined PRC, the Patent and Trademark Office, PTO, had just awarded the company a $100 million contract to build a computer-based database system for the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, PTO. Today, it would be considered a not very big IT contract, but that term didn't exist then. We simply called it large-scale computer system integration. And the size of the contract was enough to put PRC in a very small group of companies that worked on contracts of that size. Interest was just starting to emerge in the sector, largely because of the very high valuation General Motors paid for Ross Perot's Electronic Data Systems, EDS. So, I was able to get an initial meeting with analysts and investors who were intrigued. And they all told me the same thing. The PTO contract makes you interesting, but not interesting enough for me to learn about engineering so I can cover your civil engineering business, which at the time was the largest in the world. And I don't want to learn about how your system services business manages the Pacific Ocean island, where U.S. missiles land when they are tested. After meeting with investors and analysts, I had to report the harsh reality back to Toops. We were not going to attract interest in the stock if we kept the same business strategy. We had to focus on a business that was growing and where we would be considered a serious player from the start. Toops sold the board on the company's repositioning and immediately declared the engineering system would be sold, causing a major hit to our balance sheet and throwing us out of compliance with our bank covenants. He also largely reorganized what was left, so the company could credibly say it was going to focus on integrating large computer systems. I remember calling the Merrill Lynch analyst when we announced what we were doing. Look at what we just announced. We're serious. The point: focus is not just a great idea for managing a business. It's something to emphasize to investors, either those you are seeking to get a check from or those who already have invested in you. Make certain those investors know about your focus and the benefits it will bring the company. If you want to know more about this case history, let us know. It's a fascinating story.